Hey Sainers, happy Monday. Welcome to Saints TV. Welcome to Saints TV Weekly for April 17th. First of all, thanks to Inglewood Coffee Roasters sponsoring this video, the whole video series actually for the entire year. So go on over to inglewoodcoffeeroasters.com.au and then use the discount code SAINTS40 and you get 40% off coffee, tea and chai products. Can't go wrong there. Yeah, the first one this year, well, we're talking about a loss, which is a bit sad. Although I feel pretty upbeat about it. Go and watch my review. I cover it all. I'm pretty positive. I think there's a lot to learn from it. We played a very good team. We made a lot of errors, and I think there's a lot more improvement to come from this side. So I think we'll take a lot more from it than maybe what people think. But yeah, it was a big build up to the game. Obviously, round 5, the last game of the gather round, Adelaide Oval. And we're playing the Pies coming off a loss, so that was always difficult. They were hit with a big out pre-game, Jordan De Goey, which kind of, put a bit of a spring in a lot of Sainers' steps yesterday at the Bentley Social. We're all celebrating that, but I thought, they're still going to be a very good team. It's still going to be hard to beat. So that proved to be the case. The game was an arm wrestle for a lot of it, and I think really the first 10 minutes of the fourth term was where the game was decided. They broke it open, but the key thing I took out of it as well was the fight from the boys, the way they finished the game, almost scared the shit out of Collingwood and snatched a draw late in the game. If there was a couple of minutes left, who knows what could have happened, but in the end we went down by 6 points, 64-70, but we still stay on top of the ladder. Percentage is still very good, and we go into the Carlton game on Sunday, I think, with still a fair bit of confidence and players to return, which is exciting. Now, the only, I guess the major negative, outside of the loss itself, obviously, was Caminiti. Anthony Caminiti looks like he's going to be facing a bit of a lengthy suspension. I didn't really see it during the game, but I've watched it over a few times, and I think Nathan Murphy does instigate it, but when a player goes off, and supposedly he ended the game concussed, the chance he won't play in round 6 against the Bombers in the big Anzac Day match. I think they might have already ruled him out, to be honest. Coach Craig McRae, I think, has ruled him out. Although I don't think he wasn't listed on the injuries after the game, which is interesting. So, yeah, I think there's a lot to play out in terms of, the fact that he instigated. Obviously, Caminiti's retaliated and hit him high, and obviously I don't think it was intentional, but head injury is a head injury in the AFL, and they take it very seriously, although sometimes they don't, and the player gets 1 week when he should get 4. In this case, I can guarantee you that Caminiti is going to get 3 to 4 weeks. I can just see it happening now. That's just how it is. But I guess the silver lining is, we're going to have to drop a tall at some point to get Tim Membry back into the lineup, and now it forces our hand. It probably was going to be Cordy, but I'd say now it's obviously going to be the Hammer, which is a bit sad because he kicked 2 goals yesterday, and I thought he was actually pretty physical and pretty important to us, and he has been all year, but that's the way the game is. That's going to be looked at pretty quickly, I would imagine. I think probably by the end of today, tomorrow, we'll know exactly what's going on. And then on the flip side, obviously I mentioned Tim Membry. He returned to VFL yesterday, and we went down by 26 points. I don't think he got a hell of a lot of the ball. I think he might have only had about the 4 touches, to be honest. 7 disposals, 2 tackles. But I don't think it was really about, get form, find your feet. It was just get a run, tackle a few blokes, cop a few hits, take a few marks, and just be comfortable in your body again. And obviously, just because you're an AFL player and you go and play the VFL doesn't mean you necessarily tear it up. We always see that with players that, can't really get the ball at VFL level, but they'll go back into the AFL level and be back to themselves. And it's just because of the players around them. It just makes them play better and they're used to it. So, I think Skunk's going to come straight back in despite having a quiet one. Tommy Highmore, 21 disposals, 11 rebounds, was very, very good again. I think Max Heath, he rolled up his sleeves, finished with 32 hitouts and 10 tackles, 4 clearances, which is amazing. Leo Connolly banked 19 touches, and he was one of the best as well. So good to see Connolly doing well. Skunk returns. Jack Steele's on the way as well. I've got the injury list here we can go through. Jack Bytel obviously got through the game yesterday, which is good, off the back of his ankle. Jack Billings was listed as 1 to 2 weeks 1 week ago, so I don't know how close he is, but he could well maybe get a gig at Sandy this week and get a run just like Skunk. Isaac Keeler 1 to 2 weeks, Zach Jones 2 to 3 weeks, Jimmy Webster 4 to 5, Nick Coffield 4 to 6, Max King 5 to 7, and Jack Hayes 10 to 12, and then D-Mac, Allison, McLennan, all indefinite. So I think we're going to get some troops back in the next 3 to 4 weeks, which is really exciting. I don't necessarily think it's panic stations. We played a very good team, and the key thing is to learn. And I watched Ross Lyon's press conference late last night after my review and just wanted to get a gauge on how he was feeling. And he was feeling very good, very comfortable, very proud of the boys. And he just seemed pretty confident and bullish about what we did. And he said, we took some of their game away from them. They took some of our game away from us. It was an arm wrestle. They got, clean possession for about 10 minutes of the game, and that was enough to kind of separate them. But the benefit was we didn't, buckle. We kept fighting, and I firmly believe that a St Kilda side of the last couple of years, under that sort of pressure that the Collingwood put us under, that's a 10-goal loss any day. So that's kind of the news, Saints. It's a bit of a short, sharp Saints TV weekly. Obviously we went down by 6 points, but we're still top of the ladder. We've got Carlton, a big game, another big test, but hopefully Membry and Steele to return. A big one on Sunday, 3:20 p.m. It's a Carlton home game, so make sure you still rock up, Saints. We want to outnumber them. They're a very loud and very excited bunch, and they're going to look at this game and want to rebound from their terrible loss against the Crows. So we want to keep the foot down. If we play like we did on the weekend with a bit more polish and maybe a key target like a Tim Membry to kick to, I think we can get the chocolates against the Blues. So there'll be a preview on that in the next couple of days with Terry from Blue Abroad. That'll be really, really cool to chat to him again. And then obviously my preview later in the week, Saints TV podcast tonight. And then plenty of other content during the week. So stay tuned for all that, Saints. Thank you very much for watching. Please like this video. Please comment your thoughts. Let me know how you're feeling about everything leading up to the Carlton game. And I'll see you very soon in the next video, which should be the podcast video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. And as always, go you mighty Saints. See you guys.